Hello and welcome to Spiritually Free. This is Lucy, your host. And today I wanted to make a really quick video about creating space with the second house or carving out time in order to create space for the second house. And as we talked about, the second house represents your inner beauty, your ability to feel comfort, and your own personal abundance. This is inside and out. So, of course, we have two energies associated with the second house, and that is the spiritual side of this house and the physical side of this house. Taurus represents the spiritual side, and Taurus is your ability to, or your personal responsibility, not to feel a sense of lack and to always carry around with you a sense of abundance. And to have that abundance be a reflection of your surroundings. Okay, to not want for things, but to carry a sense of if there's something I want, I'm just going to go and eventually get it. There is no longing for something because you always will receive and have what you need at some point. So there's Taurus represents our ability not to feel lack. The physical side of this energy, or the bodily part of this energy, would be represented by Venus. And Venus is your ability to feel lighthearted about your life, and this embodies self-love. And Venus is truly and really about having self-love about yourself and being able to reinforce that self-love with, activities that help you to value yourself and remind you that you are a beautiful piece of self-individualized art, and that you should honor yourself in such a way. And that is what creating space is all about. Creating space is honoring yourself, honoring your body, honoring how you feel about yourself, and making sure that you carry with you throughout your week, a sense of pride and joy that you are who you are. So when we create space with the second house, we're really just combining Venus and Taurus energy together. And when you do that, this is a way to build self-love if you don't have it, or a way to find purpose and value if you don't know what it is. Okay, this is what creating space is for. And it's essentially just carving out time for yourself and entering into a space that you've created in order to remind you of your self-worth. All houses have their challenges, and if you struggle with self-love or finding purpose in or value in what it is that you're supposed to be doing, which one of the things you're supposed to be doing down here on this planet is loving yourself and properly attending to cultivating that within you, when reminding yourself that you are important to yourself as well as to others. So if you fall short in this area, I have 5 tips that I'm going to, I think 6 tips. Yeah, I have 6 tips that I'm going to share, which kind of just goes into detail on how to create space. Okay, so tip number 1 is to decide what you'll do, what's relaxing to you. Okay, so this is based on individual preference. We all have different things that bring us comfort, and we all have these go-to things that bring us comfort and peace and relaxation. And so pick something that, or plan to do something that you actually enjoy doing based on your own preferences. But um, if you need some ideas, I can throw some out. So you can plan to honor yourself by taking a hot bath, doing a facial, getting a massage, play slow music and dance slow. If you're a woman, you can deep condition your hair. You can plan a girls' night, a girls' spa night maybe. Or if you're a guy, you can plan like a cool, relaxed, chill guys' night out. You can eat a great dinner. You can meditate. Okay, you can plan to do something relaxing, chill, in order to honor yourself. So first plan, what's something that your go-to thing to help you relax and chill, and then plan to do this. Okay, so tip number 1 is just knowing your go-to comfort zone activities. Now, if you do decide to meditate in your space, let me just make a side note that meditating in the space that you're going to create The ancients believed that when you did this, when you created space and then meditated in that space, that you would begin to engage in magical thinking. And when you engage in magical thinking, which is meditation, then you can kind of tap into an energy where you can level up your ability to create abundance and manifest things in your life. You can kind of level up as you learn to meditate more and go into magical thinking. And I'll do another video on that because that would take a while to explain. But just know meditation is a great option to do when you want to honor yourself and learn how to tap into your own inner spiritual energy. So that's a good thing to do in space. So tip number 2 is to pick a day. So this is where this is the part of carving out time. So first you pick out an activity that you enjoy or what's your go-to activity. And then tip number 2 is to pick a day that you can actually do this activity without there being any stress, any issues in the way. Maybe if you work, it would be the weekend that you plan this, but pick a day out of the week and dedicate it to not the whole day. Of course, we have family and things we have to take care of, but not the whole day. But maybe just an hour or 2 or 3 that's focused on you doing this very chill, relaxing activity in order to bring a little balance to your work week. So for me personally, I pick Fridays, and on another side note, Friday used to be revered by the ancients as Venus Day. So I just kind of go with Friday for that. There's a time block on my Fridays where I do maybe deep condition my hair or get a massage, do a facial, do something that tailors to me honoring myself. So that's tip number 2, which is to pick a day. So tip number 3 is to pick a space in your home. And this is if you aren't going out to go get a massage or a facial. This is if you aren't leaving the home. If you're staying home, then you pick a place in your home that you want to do this relaxing activity in, and you bring or gather things that help facilitate or create what we call a mental memory. And a mental memory is when you engage all 5 senses and create a memory of a moment to store in your mind. Okay, so when we create space, we're gathering things in order to evoke the 5 senses or relax the 5 senses. And then that will cause you to create a mental memory. Okay, so the 5 senses we know are touch, taste, smell, sound, and sight. So when you gather these things, you're gathering things to relax these senses. So for example, if you do touch, of course this is your personal preference, but this just means finding something soft to lay on. Maybe it could be pillows, it can be a blanket you can make, it can be the couch, it can be your bed, it can be the tub, if you're running water in the tub. But whatever it is, the touch of whatever you're getting on or getting into needs to be soothing or comforting or relaxing. It needs to stimulate the feeling of touch in a good way. Same for taste. This is based on personal preference, but for me, I use tea or fruit. I'll drink some hot tea. I'll have maybe some apple slices or some strawberries or something just to kind of snack on, and this reinforces the taste sensation. So then you have smell. You can do candles. You can do natural oil diffusers. You can light incense. You can use incense such as sage and Santopalos. Sage is really good because it has a very unique smell, and you can kind of associate sage with clearing a space for relaxation. Okay, so sage is a good incense to use when you want to evoke a sense of relaxation to a space. Sound is also a sense, and so that's personal preference. But for me, I'll play relaxing soft music in the background, or I'll listen to natural sounds such as rain. I love the sound of water in any sense. So it could be rain, it can be a river flow, an ocean shore, anything like that in the background. It's very stimulating and relaxing. Sight the sense of sight would just be to, take a step back, look at your little area before you engage, and take a mental snapshot of what you've done, and engage all these senses while you're getting ready to do this. Once you take this mental picture of what's going on, it'll be stored in your mind so that the next time you do this, you have a memory to refer to, or you can associate good feelings with this mental snapshot based on you know what you did in this area. But when you engage all five senses like that with a certain moment, it can create a mental memory that you can refer to. So tip number 3 is to pick a space in your home and create a mental memory by gathering things that evoke the five senses. Tip number 4 is to just get cozy and enjoy your space as long as you need to. Maybe it's for an hour or two, doesn't matter how long. As long as whenever you're done, you feel a sense of rejuvenation, a sense of refreshment. And try to do it weekly if you can. It depends on your schedule, but for me, I try to do something like this for myself every Friday, and that has really reinforced the feeling of self-worth within me. By the time you continue doing this so long, you'll just it'll just be second nature that I'm the shit, basically. Tip number 5 is, when you're done, reflect on that mental memory that you made. So let's say you did your activity Friday, and then later during the week you start to reflect on that activity, and you just kind of make a mental note of, oh man, that was relaxing, I felt good. Next time I'm gonna do this, I'll do this different, I'll set this up, depending on how into it you got. And hopefully, if you felt really good doing and relaxing, you'll return to it. You'll do it again. And the more of these moments you create, the more of these mental memories you create, over time you'll be just building your own sense of value and sense of importance, within yourself. Because this is the point. This is what you want to do. So creating these mental memories and reflecting on them is along the process. Okay, this should come naturally, also from doing this. So tip number 6 would be to remember the end goal of the second house, and that is to value your own existence, to value your mind, your body, and your soul, to value your spirit, to value all that's within you. That's the goal of the second house, okay? To know that this existence is purposeful and meaningful to you. More than anything else, this existence of yours is for you. You're the only one living in that body. And you do need to honor yourself and feel good about who you are. As you're led in the right direction with Aries, you'll find comfort and self-assurance along the way with Taurus. Okay? It is your spiritual journey, so let Taurus and Venus make it beautiful and relaxing for you. This has been Spiritually Free. I am your host, Lucy. Have a good evening.